14 lives, 7 men, 7 women. All are bound closer together than any of them know. For this is a tale of both good and evil. All of them are tied to destiny as the world around them collapses. Even though many of them are as different as night and day, they share a common goal of which they are unaware. These 14 lives are destined to destroy a great evil. Or perhaps they shall only destroy each other, for each life contains its very own share of evil. Nothing in this world is truly black and white, after all, and nor will it ever be. Now it is time for the pieces to introduce themselves.
13. The Watcher. His previous adventure finished, Deck set out on a journey west. Before the journey, he always stood by the sidelines, watching and observing, but doing nothing. This is how he received the title Watcher. Yes, unlike the others, Deck is aware of his title. One day he had become part of a massive prophecy, and was unable to stand by the sidelines any longer. He and 8 others summoned a godlike being of light known as the Star. The Star had manifested solely to destroy evil, and when it was no longer needed, it destroyed itself. Upon truly feeling satisfied for the first time in over 100 years of his immortal life, Deck decided to pick up his sword for good this time. He journeyed west for some time in search of new lands. In his travels he discovered many things, and soon he arrived at Palin City, where he decided to stay for a while. The way it was set out reminded him of home a little. We shall join him on his journey at this point. "You know, this place really reminds me of a place near home," he said, addressing the potion master. Deck was sitting in a bar, which was really not the sort of place he usually came to, but Deck needed some company right now, and he figured a potion bar would be the perfect place. "What'll it be?" the potion master asked sullenly. Deck was fairly disappointed. He'd been expecting someone to be friendly. He hadn't been to many potion bars, but there was one in particular that he used to frequent with a rather close friend of his. He sighed and put some gold on the counter. "Just something for a weary wanderer in search of comfort," Deck said. "Right, got it." The potion master turned his back to the room and began mixing something. Without warning, there were several shouts from behind him. Deck turned around to see a fight beginning to break out between 2 of the bar's patrons. Within a fraction of a second, the 2 men suddenly found a forked sword as large as Deck himself between them. Both of them took a step away from the sword and looked at its holder, who wasn't even straining to hold the giant sword up. Now, there's absolutely no need for violence. Why don't you both sit down and talk this out like gentlemen?" Deck quickly put the sword away behind his tattered red cape and drew back some chairs on a nearby table for the 2 to sit in. The entire bar was silent. Deck looked around at the many faces looking at him, and cautiously resumed his seat. Slowly, everyone turned their heads away and went back to their conversation. The bar filled with voices again. Deck had not realized that it had gotten so quiet. "That was some fancy moving you just pulled. Once those 2 get started, ain't nothing that can pull 'em off each other." The potion master handed Deck a green drink. "Thanks for that. In fact, keep your gold. You earned yourself a free drink for your heroics." Deck shook his head. "Sir, believe me, I'm no hero. I'm just a guy who likes to help out, that's all." Deck finished the drink in a single gulp and left the bar. "I really hate being the center of so much attention," he muttered when he was out of the bar. But that's why he was the Watcher, he supposed.